In a secluded village nestled deep within the heart of an ancient forest, there lived a woman named Nia. To all who knew her, Nia embodied kindness and grace. Her beauty was unmatched, with a smile that could thaw the coldest heart and a voice as sweet as the honey she offered to weary travelers. Her generosity knew no bounds. Nia's home was a sanctuary where strangers found food, shelter, and solace. But beneath Nia's radiant exterior lay a heart as cold and unforgiving as winter's chill. She was not the benevolent soul she appeared to be, but a calculating and cruel woman, driven by an insatiable thirst for power and control. Her kindness was a mere facade, a mask to conceal her true, dark nature. For Nia harbored a terrible secret, one known only to her and the ancient spirits that haunted the forest. Years ago, in a desperate bid for eternal beauty and the power to manipulate, Nia made a pact with a powerful forest spirit. In exchange for her enchanting allure and the ability to deceive others, she promised the spirit the souls of those who crossed her path. The spirit granted her a charm that made her irresistible, allowing her to win the trust of anyone she met, only to betray them when they were most vulnerable. The villagers, blissfully unaware of Nia's true nature, adored her. Whenever someone vanished without a trace or met an untimely end, Nia was always there, offering comfort to the grieving families with eyes brimming with false sympathy. Little did they know that it was Nia herself who led their loved ones to their doom, luring them into the forest under the guise of safety, only to deliver them to the spirit that demanded their souls. One day, a young man named Kofi arrived in the village. A renowned hunter, Kofi was known far and wide for his bravery and keen instincts. He had heard whispers of the mysterious disappearances and had come to uncover the truth. The villagers welcomed him with open arms, and as usual, Nia was there to greet him with her radiant smile. "Kofi, you must be weary from your journey," Nia said, her voice dripping with honeyed sweetness. "Come, stay with me tonight. I will prepare a feast for you, and you can rest in my home." Sensing no danger, Kofi accepted Nia's offer. That evening, as they sat by the fire, Nia enchanted him with her stories and laughter. But as the night wore on, Kofi's sharp instincts began to stir. There was something unsettling about the way Nia's eyes glinted in the firelight, how her smile seemed to waver when she thought he wasn't looking. Everything about her seemed too perfect, too practiced. When Nia prepared a bed for him, Kofi pretended to fall into a deep slumber, but he remained alert, his senses heightened. As midnight approached, he heard the creak of the door as Nia slipped out into the night. Quietly, Kofi followed her, keeping a safe distance as she ventured deep into the forest. Nia moved with purpose, her steps swift and sure, until she reached a clearing where the trees grew twisted and gnarled, their branches like skeletal fingers reaching for the sky. The air was thick with the scent of decay, and an eerie silence hung over the place. Nia called out into the darkness, her voice no longer sweet, but cold and commanding. "I have brought you another soul, as promised," she said, her words slicing through the stillness like a blade. From the shadows, the spirit emerged, a towering figure with eyes that burned like embers. Its voice rumbled like distant thunder as it spoke. "Where is the one you promised, Nia?" "He sleeps in my home, unsuspecting," Nia replied, a cruel smile curling her lips. "By dawn, his soul will be yours." But Kofi, hidden in the shadows, had had enough. Stealthily, he retreated to the village, his heart pounding with the weight of what he had discovered. At first light, he gathered the villagers and told them what he had seen. Though they were hesitant to believe him, for Nia had always been a beacon of kindness, Kofi's unwavering conviction and the fear in his eyes convinced them to follow him into the forest. They arrived at the clearing just as Nia was preparing to deliver Kofi to the spirit. Her charming facade crumbled as the villagers emerged from the shadows, their faces twisted with shock and betrayal. Desperately, Nia tried to deny Kofi's accusations, but the truth was there, reflected in her eyes for all to see. Enraged by Nia's failure, the spirit turned its fiery gaze upon her. "You have failed me, Nia," it hissed, its voice reverberating with ancient fury. "And now, you shall pay the price." Before Nia could utter a word, the spirit engulfed her in flames. Her screams echoed through the forest as she was consumed by the very power she had sought to control. The villagers watched in horror, their hearts heavy with the weight of their shattered trust. When the flames finally died down, all that remained of Nia was a pile of ash, scattered by the wind. The spirit vanished, leaving the villagers in a stunned silence. From that day on, the once welcoming forest became a place of fear and dread. The tale of Nia, the deceptive beauty, was passed down through generations as a warning to all: beware the allure of those who seem too good to be true, for beneath the surface may lie a heart blackened by darkness. And so, the village lived in peace, though the memory of Nia's wickedness lingered like a shadow, a constant reminder that even the most beautiful of faces can hide the most treacherous of souls.